Hello and welcome to Just the Gearhead. In this episode, we're going to continue working on the Ranchero. If you haven't, please go check out my previous episode where I explain why this car cannot be legally driven at the moment. I can drive it, I just can't do it legally. Can't get it registered the way it is. But yeah, please go check that out because it'll explain some of the stuff I have to fix to get this on the road. So today I think we'll get working on, there's some cross bracing underneath that needs to be welded up, and there's maybe some holes on the side on the rockers that I can maybe do some body work or start welding up and whatnot. So I think we'll work on that because I need some parts for some of the other things I need to get done on it. And yeah, so we'll get the grinders out. I think I have to jack up the front of it so I can get the tires off so I can get to this one area. So we'll start on that stuff. Okay, so here's one of the spots that would definitely not pass an out of province, because this is definitely structural, and it's got this big ass hole right here in it. So what I'm going to have to do is cut as much of this out as I feel necessary, and then I'm going to make a piece to just plate over. Once I get all the bad stuff, I'm actually going to go bigger and plate over the whole thing. The only problem here is this is actually the fuel line. So I think I'm going to have to disconnect it here and undo that bolt there. Hopefully let it drain out a bit before I actually start grinding or cutting on this side. I think I'll work on the other side while that drains. Pretty sure, because of the slope of my driveway, if I let this go, I'm going to end up draining the whole tank. So I'm going to have to go find something to plug this with, I think. Which is not going to help me much when preventing it from exploding. Alright, so I disconnected the fuel line back at the fuel tank, which is what I probably should have done to start with. But now there's no fuel in the line, but there is fuel all over the ground here, so I'm going to have to wait to do any sort of grinding, cutting, or welding in this area. Probably any on this car because I don't want sparks flying around and blowing me up. So, I'll get back to you guys probably tomorrow or whenever I get back out here to work on this again. So it's actually been like a week almost since I've been out here last. And so all the gasoline has definitely evaporated, and now we can get down to actually making some sparks. So what I'm going to do is take the grinder with a flapper wheel on it and start knocking this back to see how much of a patch I have to create, and actually exposing hopefully some good metal I can weld to. So yeah, we'll get working on that. So that's how someone in the past tried to fill a hole, just a bunch of expansion foam. That is not the proper way to fix that, because this would just get moisture in it and hold moisture in that spot so it rusts even more. So don't do that. Now we're going to use a little cardboard assisted design, or CAD as the guys over at Bad Obsession Motorsports calls it, and make ourselves a little template, cut out some metal and weld it in. So that should be pretty close. I'll go sketch that onto a piece of metal and cut it out. Alright, so after some cutting, hammering to get the bends in it, and grinding and whatnot, we have a piece that should fit in there. I shot some rust converter primer type stuff up in here. So now we're going to clamp this in place and get it welded in. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see from there, but I got a little clamp there, and I'm actually using the jack to kind of hold it in place. So now we'll get to welding. Alright, so the patch is welded in. I gave it a quick once over with the flapper wheel on the welds and hit it with kind of the rust preventative primer. Some of my welds are still a little boogery. I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, still trying to, that welder of mine sucks and I'm still trying to practice and get better at it. But anyways, I'm not too worried because this whole thing will probably get a coat of some sort of rock guard or undercoating or something. I did go bigger than I needed to be. Like on the bottom, I basically went as big as I could. Plated like almost the whole thing just to make sure I have plenty of strength. But yeah, I think it turned out okay. But I am out of welding wire, which means I'm going to have to go get more of that before I can do the other side. Alright, since I'm out of welding wire, I guess I'll just call this video here. Might be a little shorter, we'll see how it edits out. Still gotta do the other side. I might not film that. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, please comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you to everyone who already has and does. If you guys want merchandise, please check out the link to my Redbubble description. Please check out the link to my Redbubble page in the description. Still not quite getting that out every time. But anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.